Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to WJOB Veterans Views Radio Show. My name is Connie Karras. I am your co-host along here with Steve Bramer. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning. How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay. I'm a little messed up from them parades last weekend, but I'm doing a little better.
Yeah, you walked in a lot of July 4th parades. Yeah. And it was a hot one. It was a scorcher, too.
So hot.
Yes.
So hot.
Yeah.
It was so nice. It finally rained yesterday.
We needed that.
Yeah, we did.
And it rained this morning as well, and all through the night.
Yeah. Thank God. Finally, my grass is like, yes.
Yes, it's brown. But it looks like that heat wave is over. We have a great show. I can't wait to introduce our wonderful special guest who we've been trying to get on the show, Mr. Rick Tokars, the founder of Heroes Realty, as well as Heroes Helping Heroes. Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
I am doing amazing, Connie. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, WJOB. Appreciate everyone.
Better late than never. We can't wait to talk to you. You have a lot of really cool stuff going on tomorrow with your wonderful non-for-profit Heroes Helping Heroes, and we'll talk about that in just a minute after some announcements and after thanking our Patriot partners. So hang tight. And so we have a really great show. Before we get to talking with Mr. Tokars, there are just some announcements to make first. Before we get to thanking our contributors, I want to mention a summer patriotic music concert only because it's happening at 11 this morning. It is the summer patriotic music concert that's going to be free for everyone, not just veterans. It's very, very generously donated by the Music Institute of Chicago. And it's going to be at the Heinz VA Auditorium in Building 9 this morning from 11 to noon. So again, that's the Heinz VA Auditorium, a summer patriotic music concert, completely free. It's an hour long. You go to Building 9 of Heinz VA Auditorium in Chicago. You don't have to register. But that's this morning from 11 until noon. And thank you to the Music Institute of Chicago for honoring our veterans with this.
So it's almost like a band. So it's a band.
Yes,
is what it is,
yes,
right?
yes. It'll be.
Or I'm sorry. Or is it orchestra?
It'll be. Yeah, I don't know if it's a full symphonic orchestra, but it will be. It'll be instruments.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if it'll be a full symphonic orchestra, but
cool.
It'll be beautiful. It says it's donating a live performance from the Quintet Ataka. It's a professional woodwind quintet. Excuse me, if I had only read this, I would have answered this better. A professional woodwind quintet to perform 60 minutes of patriotic music. For our veterans, caregivers, and staff at Heinz VA. So thank you to the Music Institute of Chicago and the Quintet Attica.
So what would constitute a wood instrument?
A wood instrument, like I think that would be an
Is that like
oboe?
Like a violin?
An oboe?
Oh,
Let's
oboe.
Let's look. Well,
maybe an oboe is one of them.
Wood instruments are.
We should have brought my mom on this show. She can play, I think, almost 30 instruments. Beautiful voice.
No, she can't. Can't she?
Is that right?
100%. She would have been,
That's for another show.
That's awesome.
Bring her on. She'll love
What's
it.
her name?
Cynthia Tokars. Yes.
Cynthia, we're going to have Cynthia. I don't know if she's listening right now.
I sent her the link. I hope she is.
Did you? Oh, I hope so.
She was pretty excited. I talked to her last night.
Flute, clarinet, oboe, bassoon, saxophone. There you go. Woodwind instruments. They're also reed instruments and flutes are also wood instruments. So
yeah, my mom could play all those, including
Excellent.
the oboe. If you could play the oboe, you could play, the accordion. She's piano, everything. Yep.
No
Go
kidding.
down the list. Yeah.
Oh, that's
4
great.
kids. None of us have that talent. Missed all 4 of my siblings, or my siblings and myself. So,
but you have other talents. I'll bet she doesn't have.
She passed down some wonderful talents besides.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some talents, right?
And you know what? The greatest talent I think is that you enjoy her music.
I
So
do.
there you
Yeah,
go.
it's a
That's
beautiful thing.
right. Okay. All right. So. Yes, so that thank you for that wonderful concert over at the VA. So if you can make it over there, please do. Of course, we can't because we have the show this morning. But a couple of very important announcements as well. Mr. Joseph Simonetto, Joe, our beloved co-host, Cedarhurst Senior Facility is where he's at. Still there. He's thriving. He's doing well. He welcomes anybody who wants to visit him. Just call first. Cedarhurst is located at 1763 Calumet Avenue in Dyer. The phone number there is 219-800-2318. Again, 219-800-2318. His room is 210. And call this number first just to be sure that you can speak to him. If you have his cell phone, contact him too, just to make sure that he's there and available to see people. Visiting hours are very wide, very early in the morning to late at night. So give Joe a call. Joe, our best. We're hoping to have him back on the show. I can tell you that Pat O'Donnell, who has a lift in his vehicle, has offered to pick Joe up and bring him to the show to sometimes co-host. So we're working on that. We're working on it. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes. And let's, before you thank our partners, our wonderful Patriot partners who have kept this show on the air for now going into 16 years into 2026, I wanted to say that today is a very special day for the Marine Corps. Now, we always associate the Marine Corps birthday with November 10th, right? November 10th is the Marine Corps birthday. Right. Well, I didn't know this, and this is the cool thing about being a co-host on this show. I have learned so much stuff. I did not know that the Marine Corps was founded not once, but twice. It was technically founded twice because on November 10th, 1775, as we know, that is the Marine Corps birthday, that was not the date that was observed always. So it was then founded again on July 11th, today, in 1798. And while the former date is designated as official birthday of the military branch, the second date is as equally as important, as it was the official date that Congress formally ordered the creation of the Corps as a permanent military service under the Secretary of the Navy. And just to give you a little brief history of this, so that we have plenty of time to talk to Rich, for over 120 years, the birth of the Corps was celebrated on July 11th. But then in 1921, the date was permanently changed to November 10th, and this was to commemorate its initial establishment. Okay, but then after that initial establishment on November 10th, Captains Samuel Nicholas and Robert Mullen set up the first Marine recruiting headquarters at Tun Tavern in Philadelphia. We've all heard of Tun Tavern. They were looking for a few good men to fight for this nation's common cause, and in this case, the common cause was the American Revolution. So it was also alleged that both Captains Nicholas and Mullins lured potential Marines to join them with mugs of beer and promises adventure on the high seas. I can believe that. But here's what happened. The American Revolution prompted a need for soldiers. So during the American Revolution, the Continental Congress called for the creation of 2 infantries to work with the Navy. So these soldiers would help protect the ship and its crew during aggressive boarding maneuvers. Okay, this is according to Medals of America website. And it was also their job to keep the peace aboard the ship and ensure no one started a mutiny. Well, the iteration of the Corps was known as the Continental Marine Force, which was dissolved once the Revolution ended in 1783. So then once it was dissolved, 15 years later, Congress ordered the official and formal creation of the U.S. Marine Corps, and it was to aid in the quasi-war with France. So, since then, Marines have taken part in many notable early operations, including Barbary pirates along the shores of Tripoli, to the Battle of Bella Wood during World War I, and Operation Desert Storm, which I served in. So, that is how things came about. The end of the American Revolution started the November 10th Marine Corps birthday. And happy birthday, actual birthday to the Marine Corps today on July 11th. So the actual date was July 11th, 1789. And
that makes a lot of sense.
Excuse me, 1798, yeah.
Yeah, that they would disband it right after the war. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, maybe we need that.
Yeah.
We should keep that.
Yes.
That was a good idea.
And before we move on,
Steve, please.
Marines are cool. They're awesome. They could have 2 birthdays. I co-sign 2 birthdays for their branch. I'm Army. I'm not one of those haters, but yeah.
And I was reading your bio. Your dad was a Marine.
Right? No,
your
dad was
grandfather.
Navy. Uncle was Marine.
Great uncle.
Yeah, my other. Yeah, there's the military family.
That's funny. Mine was opposite. My dad was Marines. My uncle was Navy. but they're okay, All right. So,
They're probably coming to my event tomorrow, so yeah.
There'll be one or two of them, probably. Yeah.
that is the opinion of
Yes.
Steve Bramer from
Yeah. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily of WJOB or the American Legion. Steve, would you kindly thank our wonderful contributors?
Yes. So we want to thank these people for keeping this show going. We want to thank American Legion Post 16. They meet the second Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the Munster Town Hall. You can reach them at 219-554-9166. The founding American Legion, Hammond Victory Post 168. They meet the first Tuesday at 6 p.m. at 6849 Columbia Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-937-4264. Calumet Breweries, 6535 Osborne Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-845-2242. Calumet Park Cemetery and Funeral Chapel, always supporting our veterans. 2305 West 73rd Avenue in Maryville. Call for special veteran savings and complete burial packages. You can reach them at 219-769-8803 or at the chapel, 219-736-5840. DAV Chapter 17, they meet the first Thursday at 7 p.m. at VFW Post 802 at 5820 Holman Avenue in Hammond. DAV Chapter 80, which meets tonight, meets the second Friday at Cedar Lake at American Legion Post 261 at 13050 Washington Street in Cedar Lake. You can reach them at 219-386-2282. DAV Chapter 102, they meet the first Friday at Fraternal Order of Eagles, 805 Elm Street in Valparaiso. Doors open at 12 for claims. Meeting from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Then claims will start again until they are done. You can reach them at 219-200-0404. Laborers International Union of North America 41, located at 500 Superior Street in Munster, Indiana. You can reach them at 219-924-7922. Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 721. They meet the second Thursday at 7 p.m. at VFW Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue in Hammond. Family Dental Care. Veterans receive free exams, x-rays, cleanings, as well as 10% discount on all other services. 7 convenient Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana locations. Chicago's east and south sides, Calumet City, Crestwood, Oak Lawn, Munster, Indiana, with their soon-to-be 8th location at 3929 95th Street in Evergreen, Illinois. Call 219-804-9329 to schedule your appointment in Munster or go to FamilyDentalCare.com to schedule at other locations. Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Company, 7207 Indianapolis Boulevard, Suite 1 in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-844-0103. Kuziak Construction, 1235 Summer Street in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-923-3007. The Dave Kuziak Show precedes Veterans Views and airs every Friday from 6 to 9, so be sure to tune in. WJOB, 104.7 AM. Or FM, 12:30 a.m. for your Friday morning programming. And 988 is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Yes, very important. 988. Very important 3 digits. You can call it. You can text it. You add a 1. You can talk to a veteran peer support person if you're in immediate crisis, or even if you want someone to talk to, or you need any type of referral services to social services for you and your family. So 988 is a very good referral service. Use it. It's confidential, 24/7, 365. I've used it, and it works. And so, again, it's completely confidential. And if you don't want to speak to somebody, you can text. It's in Spanish and English, both texting and calling. And there's hearing impaired services as well, TDD services. And also, I have had many questions about the website situation. So as I've mentioned in previous shows, the last couple shows, WJOB is transitioning to a new website. The new website is WJOB1230, that's 1230 a.m.com. Again, it's WJOB1230, the numerals 1230.com. For now, the JED TV website, where we are live streaming and people can access our radio shows and podcasts live and on demand, is still functioning. The transition to the new website has not occurred yet, so you can actually live stream this program currently on the JED TV website. For now, that's going to be changing, and that's jedtv.com, Jed, James E. Deedlow, okay, jedtv.com/veterans-views.html. That's Henry, Tom, Mary Lou. Again, that's jedtv.com/veterans-views.html. You can see us live right now, live streaming, or you can go on demand to the Jed TV website. At the same time, you can also access us right now on WJOB1230.com. When you go there, you'll see a homepage. Just hit Watch Live, and then you can live stream us there. Okay, so for right now, you can access us live and on demand at two places, the Jed TV website and the WJOB1230.com website. That'll be changing soon. I will announce when that is, when there will no longer be access on the Jed TV website. Okay, so with that being said, one more thing, very important. It is the American Legion USA 250 Challenge. I announced this on the air last year. Our outgoing American Legion National Commander, James A. LaCourcier Jr., has put out a challenge to everybody, not just the American Legion, not just Legionnaires, everyone. It's a fitness wellness service challenge. What that means is from now until the country's 250th anniversary birthday on July 4th, 2026, you can do 250 hours of community service, 250 steps, 250 miles, 250 whatever you want to do. Make it a 250 challenge. You can do you can knock on 250 doors to do buddy checks with your Legion folks. Knock on 250 doors in your community. Doesn't even have to be Legion folks. Check on them. You can just bike 250 miles. And to sign up for this, I'm taking the challenge. You guys taking the challenge? This is important stuff. Go to legion.org/USA250. That's the digits 250/challenge. Again, very easy. Go to this website, legion.org/USA250/challenge. And that is our 250 challenge. I'm going to start taking notes of keeping track of my mileage, Steve, and I'm going to report it every week. You want to take a mileage challenge with me?
How about we do a donation challenge where anybody wants to give $250 to us?
Oh, okay.
The Veterans Views.
So we're gladly accepting sponsorships and donations. If you want to partner with us going to 2026 and have your either your business advertised on our podcast, yes, we have now a wonderful podcast, and or our radio show, give us a call at
219-845-1100.
That's 219-845-1100, or email us at veteransviewscontributor@gmail.com. Again, that's veteransviewscontributor@gmail.com. The 250 challenge. All right, and without
Connie, I'm
yes,
in.
sir. Are you in?
I'm in. I will be your first contributor. So before I leave today, you'll have 250 from me, and hopefully that inspires the listeners. Let's follow up. Let's go.
Rich.
Wow, thanks, man. That was off
Veteran
the cuff.
advocate.
Oh, man, she made me shake hands. Now it's official.
Oh.
Nice start.
That's a gotcha. And it's on video. It's live on air. Yeah. Oh, boy.
And we know where you live.
That's $250. Let's just that's a contract. Let's make sure everything's
Make
clear.
sure there's not another zero behind there. Okay. Thank you
my
so
pleasure.
much on behalf of everyone here,
cool.
the veterans in our area. This is a lifeline. This is a lifeline for our veterans, and this is a very special show. And this is actually, Lake County has the highest concentration of veterans, and it's not only adjusted for population. Yes, it even has more veterans per capita than Marion County in the Indianapolis.
Oh, I didn't know
So this is great. We have a wonderful network of veteran advocates here, and you are one of them, sir. I can't wait to tell everybody about your not only heroes helping heroes, but you also have a realty company that you founded as well. Tell us all about Heroes Realty, how you serve the first responder, the veteran communities, and then we're gonna talk about your non-for-profit. So it doesn't even stop at your realty company. You keep giving with this nonprofit.
Yeah, kind of. It just kept snowballing as it went through. So before real estate, I was always a contributor and helping build and support our veterans after I served. When I joined real estate, I heard about a program started after 9/11 by Ruth Johnson called Homes for Heroes. And it's a way for real estate agents to give back to the heroes we serve in our community. So we give back a portion of our commission, And when we close a home, when they buy or sell, we close a home, get a check back from us as a thank you and award for what they do and what they've done for our community. We understand how special they are.
And I see that, wow, you've served 72 heroes and awarded over 125,000 plus additional benefits.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Explain that.
Oh,
That is amazing.
So yeah, it started in 2001, and it's a benefit through real estate. But I immediately embraced what it was and the giving back and honoring our heroes. So the reason that number is what it is, because I actively look to give back. It's not just something, hey, I have this available. I'm like, let me find my heroes, let me take care of my heroes, and let me give back to them. So that I've been fortunate enough to be, one of the top affiliates for Homes for Heroes, giving back to these veterans, and on average, I'm serving over 20 a year, and like I said, giving back as much as I can. I built partnerships with other people in the industry through the inspections, through the title company, through the lenders. Jennifer Mantine, Guild Mortgage is my Homes for Heroes affiliate, my lender partner. She takes care of them through the program, pays for their appraisal. So through all these partnerships, I just save them and get them as much as I can.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool thing.
Yeah, because there's a lot of costs that come with it. I mean,
Unbelievable. I have a contractor who pretty much does things for no profit, just at cost for all my heroes. So when they're listing, a lot of the work is done after I serve the buyers. My contractor will come and get some things right in their homes. So we have a whole big system set up at this point of taking care of our heroes. I have a partner that started this with me, Christina Gunlock. She's over in Michiana area, so she does the same thing over there. She's got a couple agents on her team. I have a couple agents on mine that also give back to the heroes. So as we do this, it just keeps expanding, and
wow, man,
it's a cool thing.
I like that.
And before I want to address the industry right now and the costs and housing right now. But before we do that, I do want to announce that you have some very important events going on tomorrow. Tomorrow's a very important day with a lot of events, but you have, tomorrow from, it looks like 12 to 4, or wait a minute, your car registration opens at 11 a.m. You got a lot of stuff going on. You got hot rods, you have a barbecue. Tell us about those, what's going on tomorrow and where.
Awesome. Yeah, we have our Heroes Barbecue tomorrow at the Local 150 in Maryville, Indiana. That's the Operators Hall. Everybody in the region knows it. You're driving down Main Street towards Crown Point. They have the big crane out in front. So that's a Local 50. Our event there is, like you said, tomorrow from 12 to 4. Cars will come in at 11. We're going to have a little rain. I don't think we're going to get much for the car show, but it is the Local 150 hall is a huge hall, so we're going to get a lot of foot traffic coming in. So rain or shine, we're going to be celebrating our heroes tomorrow.
And that's local. That's the Local 150 of what? Is that what organization of Local 150?
The Local 150 Operators Hall.
Operators Hall. Okay. And Kemper, could you show the heroes hot rods and horsepower flyer? Oh, that actually tells you everything. That's the whole rundown.
Yeah, that's our schedule of events. We could get into that if you want, real quick.
Yeah, so at 11 you can start registering the cars, the hot rods. Okay. Yep. And then the doors open at noon. Then you have bingo from 1 to 2. And then you're even going to have the Maryville Canine demo by the picnic tables from 2 to 2:30. Disney princesses and special guests from 2 to 3. Love it. This is a wonderful family event. And then you're going to have awards and raffles drawing inside the hall from 3 to 4. So if there is rain, I don't know if there's rain in the forecast, you will be having access to going inside of a hall for this.
100%. Yeah, we could house 500 people in that hall.
Wow.
We have plenty of room for gas. Yeah, it's action-packed. The bingo's no charge. All our heroes are free. We never charge our heroes for anything. Guests $15 to enter. Children 3 under are free. So we'll have, and with the Disney princesses, we're going to have Avengers there. Captain America will be there. Spider-Man will be there. We're going to have Star Wars characters. Mandalorian there. That's my favorite part. Mandalorian and Rey will be there, and we're gonna put them on a mission. Yeah, we're gonna put them on a mission, right, to find Baby Yoda. So they're going to gather the
fun.
kids, and then I'm gonna charge them with their mission to find it, and then at the very end, I get to say, "May the force be with you." That's going to be the highlight of my event for me, right there.
Look, let's be honest. This is not just for kids. These adults are going to love this just as much.
100%.
Oh my! This is for this. I want to go.
That's awesome. It's almost like you made the event just so you could say that one word, that one line.
It was definitely a
May
motivational
the
part of
force
it.
be with you.
It's my daughter's 35th birthday tomorrow, and
Oh,
I'll be in Chicago. Or,
nice.
yeah.
Happy
Otherwise, I would be here.
birthday.
I would be here. I wouldn't miss this.
I might take mine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so you guys know in the future, we do these every year. We do the barbecue. We do a Heroes Holiday, big events at both the local 150. So I have family reunions that attend this. Birthday parties. Families will come together because we serve all the food. We have the entertainment. Why put yourself through all that stress planning a party when we do it all for you?
Yeah.
If the weekend lines up for you.
Right.
So.
Right. And this is local, by the way, this is local Union 150. It's at 2193 West 84th Place in Maryville. We'll show the flyer for the barbecue a little bit later. Again, local 150, Union 150, 2193 West 84th Place, Maryville, Indiana. This is going to be great. Yeah. So the housing market right now, I know interest rates have gone up. It's hard right now because costs across the board. We were talking before, the three of us, before the show. It's hard to live now. What things cost is, and there's price gouging going on by companies too. So, I mean, what do you tell, say, a young family who comes, or just even a young single person who goes to you, Rich, and, I want a house, but how can I afford this? How do you make this happen?
Our first step is working with the lenders. We evaluate where they're at, their buying power, and we like to get with them early. The earlier, the better. Don't wait to come to us. We can still service you if you're ready to buy tomorrow, but a year, 18 months is great. We get to set you up, work with you, and take a look at and build your credit, build your savings, set those expectations, find out, get some things, your ducks in a row in order to be in a better position to buy. So the better position you are in financially, the less risk you are, so the lower your interest rate will be, and then financially be better off. So I don't have a lender here with me today, so I'm going to try and stay in my lane with this. So, yeah, we just set expectations, we communicate, and all the education is free for our first-time home buyers. So I spent a lot of time with them. The real estate agents, lenders, we don't get paid until we close. So everything before that is no charge. It's free service of ours just to educate you on everything you can do as a buyer to prepare for this process.
Okay. Wow.
And there's so much going on right now with legislation, and at SB1 you've probably heard of with the tax credits. And how is what's going on with current legislation affecting the home market? So what incentives, government incentives, state and both federal, does a first-time home buyer have that who is a veteran or a family member of a veteran?
Yeah, first of all, for the veterans themselves, the VA loan is still one of the best loans out there in the market. There's by far, if you could get your certificate of eligibility, which we help with, if you don't already have that is the best route to go for our veterans. If you're a family member, all those benefits come through our lending partners. So they work with them. They have a laundry list of what they can do with those buyers, and that's a big, important part of the process. So as the real estate agent, I will work directly with that lender to make sure where we're at, where they're comfortable with. And a mistake some individuals make, the communication isn't there, and they get into the process, and then they find out how much it's going to cost them, or I didn't realize all that. So we really take our time and move slowly and let them know exactly what to expect throughout the process financially, and really prep them for this journey, the home buying journey.
And with respect to disabled veterans, say a person is 50% disabled as opposed to 100%. That percentage disability, how does that affect home buying right now in general?
Well, for the most part, they've already got their certificate of eligibility. They do get a tax break. You fill out the forms. It's like the homestead exemption, the mortgage exemption. Then you also get the disabled veteran exemption as well. That gives you some relief from your annual taxes on the house.
And the tax break is at a flat, is that 300, 250, 300? What is?
I don't remember
don't-
the amount. I'll have to look at the, yeah.
Okay.
I
It's
could see.
dependent upon-
I should know. I have it, but
That's
yeah.
okay. It's dependent upon. Is that dependent upon the percentage
It's a
of
flat.
disability?
I believe it's a flat
No, I
rate.
think it's
and
a flat rate.
It's
It's
flat.
okay. Let me. Yeah, it's
It
a
used
it's a
to
flat
be-
rate. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it used to be different, but then they changed it with the SB1,
Mm-hmm.
made it a flat rate now for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, that was not a
Remember,
good piece of legislation in that regard.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
politicians, their reasoning was that this tax break was so good
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't need. We don't need one.
Which really didn't pan out to be the case. It'd be great if Lisa Wilkin, our legislative, our lifeline to
Oh,
the
yeah.
State House, would call, because
She's
she's very.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually text her and see if she'll call in, and maybe she can ask some questions of you.
I just
Yeah.
seen the DAV. The DAV issued a warning for the work requirements that they're trying to establish for Medicaid and food stamps. You have to have at least 20 hours a week, 80 hours a month of a job, or I saw on there you could volunteer. Okay, it's kind of the same thing with Social Security. That I feel like if you could work 20. This is the way I think the government's going to look at it, is if you could work 20 hours, then why can't you work 40? You know, I feel like it's a setup. But at the same time, you know, I get it. But what the DAV is trying to say is that it's going to hurt a lot of homeless veterans and a lot of veterans who don't have the VA disability to help them, you know?
Right.
I don't know. It's, you know, when a veteran, okay, say a young veteran comes to you right now, right? How do they start the process?
The home buying process?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, the consultations. We sit down. I typically, especially a veteran, I got a special place in my heart for people who serve. So I'll take them out and we'll grab a bite to eat and we'll just go over the process, what to expect, why it's a good idea, and just really open for questions. We start that dialogue. So
That's awesome.
again, it's just building a relationship, building that trust, and educating them on the whole process.
Yeah.
And what are the interest rates at right now?
Oh, they're again lender question. They're close to that 7%, but that all depends on, you know, each individual,
Right.
their portfolio or their It's like
7. Oh gosh.
I know.
Just-
oh my God.
yeah.
That made me
It's-
want to cry when you said that earlier.
It does, because we've been you know, through post pandemic, they were really lowered
Yeah.
to help boost our economy and get everything stimulated to make sure we don't get impacted too much by
Kind
it.
of worked a little too good.
So it did. Yeah, it was an interesting time having the interest rates that low. So as they came back to almost a normalized range, the general public's like, oh my God, this is so high,
Right.
because we just have a short vision of the past.
Right.
We're not looking back 8-10 years ago when these were normal rates.
Yeah.
We were spoiled for a little bit.
Now, are you finding a shortage of single-family dwellings in any areas that you serve, both in Michiana and Northwest Indiana?
No, actually, there was. So as we were strong sellers market, right? There were more buyers out there than sellers putting their homes on the market. But as things have stabilized and interest rates went up and took away some of those buyers, we're balancing out again. So it's not, the challenges aren't as much now finding the homes, the single family. It's does the financial numbers with those buyers match up with the home? So a lot of times what these buyers are able to pick up for the house, their expectations are a little bit off. Higher interest rates, house
okay.
appreciations kept going up. So what you were able to get 3-4 years ago, going back even farther for your dollar, now you're pre-approved for the same amount, and you see what the market offers you for a base payment. You're like, well, so for $1,800 a month, this is what's being offered to me.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit, again, you talked about the first thing we do when we speak to buyers. This is one of the things, just helping them understand what their monthly payments will be, how that affects their living, and the amount of house they get for it based on each location.
And speaking of appreciation, my home is right along, for those who know about the South Shore, not everybody here in this area, and the region knows that the South Shore is going to be open sometime in October. It was supposed to open the South Shore line, the Northwest Indiana Commuter Transportation District, South Shore. It It was supposed to open in May, but because of some issues with that needed a little bit tweaking so that some lines wouldn't start fires, a very important thing that was unanticipated. It's now not going to open until October. My home goes right along Manor Avenue. I live in Munster, where the train's going to go through. Right,
Nice.
that has appreciated my house about $70,000.
Wow.
Just being by a commuter rail line. Yes. So I mean, how do you foresee once
That's awesome.
I'm not complaining.
Right?
None of us are.
That's
None of us
awesome.
are. And we weren't sure how that was going to go. It was projected that would happen, and indeed it did. Things are starting now just to kind of plateau out. It was kind of going, wow, and then it went, kind of, and now it's just kind of, it fluctuates every week, a couple $1,000s, right? But it's kind of staying at that level, that high level.
Yes.
Thankfully.
Yes, we can't have that kind of increase like we did post-COVID. The homes appreciated too fast. I mean, almost 20% for 1 year on average. That's unsustainable for us.
Yeah.
For the community.
Well, how do you personally, from just being a realtor, a broker, what do you project is going to happen after the South Shore opens in October? What do you think is going to happen to property values, home values?
No crystal ball here. So it all depends as that opens. You have commuters, and it's a supply and demand thing. So if our interest rates would stay stable, I would predict a small increase. If the interest rates drop, if we have an adjustment and more buyers come to the market, plus with the ability to commute, the demand for that community, the good schooling, so everything, it's like that. That good combination.
Then, right?
Yeah.
It's always an if then, and if there, and there's being a lot of pressure being put on the Fed too by the administration. Who knows what's going to happen with interest rates, right?
Yeah.
Nobody really knows, except I think even the people who are in charge at times don't really know, because there are world events occurring that, gosh.
Yeah.
We can't always anticipate, because it's a very volatile. Every market right now is very volatile.
It's always changing. As Steve and I were talking about this before, and people were concerned about rates before we hit COVID and everything like that. They were adjusted. So if you would have bought then, think about what the home prices were before COVID. I mean, you're talking $100,000 less on the average house, probably more. So it was right. So you would buy the house then for a low rate or for a lower dollar amount. We went through, rates dropped, you refi your rate. So now you got the property cheaper, you got your rate during that opportunity to refi instead of waiting. Now, if those individuals waited to this point, now the property value is much higher. You have that higher interest rate. So you're like, whoa, now's not a good time to buy because of all that. Well, in our history, it just trends up. So the same thing's going to happen in the future. So if you're able to buy now, you buy now, because homes are naturally going to appreciate over time. There's only been a couple instances in our documented history where they truly dropped. So it's going to be advantageous for you to buy now when you're looking back on it from the future.
Yeah.
So we're always scared. It's never, it's never a good time to buy in people's minds until you look back and you're like, woo, what did you just appreciate?
Right.
You just talked about a $70,000 appreciation. What if you would have waited because you were scared of something? You would have just lost that $70K.
Yeah. The house now is $340. It boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. And I'm not going to sell right now, because I want to stay in this area. It'd be great if I did, but for me. But then again, interest rates are even though they're not high because they're just normal because they were so low, as you had mentioned earlier, I just really don't want to sell right now, even though I could really make a good buck on my home.
Yeah, it's funny, because if you sell now in this market, you're buying now in this market. So you always suggest do what's right for you and your family.
Right.
Oh, man. I had never thought about it. You're right. If you're selling now, you're buying now.
Now you have to go buy a house. Exactly. And those interest rates are going to apply to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very few instances will it be great for, one side of the transaction and not for the other. So you do what's right for your family. That's why, again, I'm going to go back to what I said. We look at the financial numbers. You run them with your family, your budget. See if it makes sense. What are the needs of your family financially? What are the needs of your family for space, for school, if that applies? Things like that. So make the decision what's best.
I read your bio, and I put this here so you could see it too, Steve. But I was so impressed by. We've heard this before. For your first sentence in your bio, we've heard this before from people who were inspired after 9/11. Remember when the country came together like never before, in modern times? In my
enlisted
lifetime?
right before then. I know it
That's
more
what
than.
I.
Yeah, that's where you're going with it. I'm sorry.
That's where
Connie.
I'm going. No, that's okay. Destiny Wells was on here. Destiny Wells. She Lieutenant Colonel Destiny Wells, United States Army intelligence officer. We had her on the show a few months ago. She was inspired by 9/11. We did a podcast on a woman who lost her job, probationary VA employee, a combat veteran, a Minnesota Guardswoman. She was inspired by 9/11. I mean, there's endless stories about what 9/11 did. And, I'm just so... I've read this whole bio of yours, and I just have to say I'm so grateful there are people like you who are serving our first responders and our veteran communities and our families, because what you're doing is absolutely amazing. This wonderful benefit giving back program. Will you please explain to this additional benefits that you've given back to the community and exactly how that works? You've served 72 heroes to date, and you only opened in... When did you open?
Heroes Realty was 2021.
2021.
And then the nonprofit Heroes Helping Heroes was 23. So I'll do a quick rundown. We spoke a little bit earlier about how when I serve our heroes, they get back a portion of my commission as an award. Tax-free award, thank you for what you do. So our heroes, being as humble as they are, they don't just accept checks and be like, oh, you're welcome. I told this to Steve earlier, we can't even say thank you to a lot of our heroes. I don't want to hear that. Right. So if they can't even accept a thank you, how are they going to accept that and feel good about it? So the heroes started coming back and saying, what can we do? Can I donate it back? Can I just give it back to you to a good cause? Mm-hmm. So that was the inspiration, the motivation for starting Heroes Helping Heroes. That's the name. It's the heroes came to me and says, hey, we want to give back and help other heroes. Mm-hmm. So I just needed to create an avenue for them to be able to do that. Through the give back process of working with these heroes, through our first event in Love Our Heroes Day in 2023, and the house was packed. I didn't even have room. I wasn't prepared for as many people as showed up. So I knew this was something the community wanted and was excited about. And it's really blossomed and grew. And I have a whole crew, a board, team members, a partner. I have everybody that are dedicated to these heroes to help this run.
Yeah, I saw you had a very large staff when I looked at both your non-for-profit, Heroes Helping Heroes, and you also have quite a staff as well with your realty company. And I want to just get some contact information for those who may not be able to listen to the show or live stream it right now, just to get that out there. Kemper, can you show the Heroes Helping Heroes contact information, the one that has Michiana as well as Northwest Indiana? And I want to get that out to those who are not live streaming. This is how to contact Heroes Helping Heroes, and then I want to give your contact information for your realty company as well. Heroes Helping Heroes is 219-670-2501. They're based in St. John. There's also a Heroes Helping Heroes in Michiana, and is that where Christina Gunlock?
Correct.
Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah. And that's based out of Mishawaka on Lincoln Highway on 30 out there in Mishawaka. 219-628-5883. And there's an email, too. Very simple. You can just email Heroes of Northwest Indiana. That's one word. The words Heroes of Northwest Indiana at gmail.com. That's for Northwest Indiana's Heroes Helping Heroes. And then in Michiana, Heroes of Michiana at gmail.com. Okay? And again, one more time, Heroes Helping Heroes in Northwest Indiana, 219-670-2501. Heroes of Northwest Indiana at gmail.com. And then the Michiana Heroes Helping Heroes is 219-628-5883. Heroes of Michiana at gmail.com. So, and I also want to get your contact information for Heroes Realty. Kemper, could you put up Heroes Realty info? There we go. And could you just tell everybody what your email and your phone address is?
Sure. Yep. You could reach me. My email is realtorricht, REALTORRICHT at gmail.com. And phone number is the same, 219-670-2501.
Okay. So realtorricht at gmail.com. Is that any of that case sensitive, or you
It
could
is
just
not.
It's all so again, realtor REALTOR Rich RICHT at gmail.com or 219-670-2501, and that's to reach you both for Heroes Helping Heroes and Heroes Realty as well. But so I wanted to ask too about we touched on homelessness. I think you mentioned homelessness earlier when we were discussing this, and I wanted both of your opinions on this. I've noticed, and also with talking with some VA social workers as well as researching this online, veteran homelessness surprisingly has been going down. It has steadily been going down.
Good.
Yeah, very good. However, the general population homelessness has been going up. But when it comes to veteran homelessness, it's been trending downward because, and that is very surprising yet good in this time right now when services are getting cut and funds are getting frozen that Congress has approved. That really shows that we are doing something right, I think, by our veterans. And have you, Rich, ever have you found housing for any homeless folks?
I have not. I've worked with individuals who do focus on that in the Chicagoland area. But no, I have not. I've not found housing. One of our future plans, it's our bucket list items for the nonprofit is to build homes, to be one of those, or work with partners to build the homes for our veterans and homeless and help them out.
Is Habitat for Humanity one of your partners? Or?
Yeah, we just started talking. They come to the Veterans Breakfast. Yeah, so
excellent.
Yeah, there's things in the future. We're still growing towards that, but I think it's going to be a good partnership where we're able to do that for some of the homeless veterans and other veterans in need.
Because I know initially there were cuts to Habitat for Humanity, but I think now from what I've been reading, if this is not true, correct me. They have their funding in place for Lake County. Is that correct?
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
that's
good.
my understanding just from what I've read, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Right,
so
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, we'll just research that a little more and maybe. And actually, we're going to have somebody from Habitat from Humanity on the show.
Yeah. Let's go.
I went to the last North Township Veterans Roundtable this month, and we had somebody there representing Habitat for Humanity, and she was talking about this very subject. And we're going to have her on the show in August. And maybe you can come back.
I would love it
at
anytime.
that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because right now for the Heroes Helping Heroes, we've helped veterans get furniture and things they need for inside the house as we grow, and those are what our funds allow us to do. So we hear about needs of our veterans, and we'll take care of that. One of the my favorite stories, that there was a veteran who his children couldn't stay the night because he didn't have the proper furniture bedding for them. So we went and ordered all the bunk beds, had everything taken care of. So now his kids can come
cool.
and stay. And you know how important that is. Like if you're going through any hard times, and on top of that, your kids can't even stay with you because of it. Like we can't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
we had everything delivered. So yeah, we do what's within our means right now, and we're looking to grow that over time. Like I said, I have a great group of people, so I know we'll be able to do more for more veterans and more heroes in the future. But we're extremely proud of what we've been able to do so far.
Beautiful.
Man, that's awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
I was in that position at one time, and the DAV helped me out. And, I mean, I remember one Christmas, my kids were real young. They were real young. But I had no money for Christmas. And they gave me $200 to go to Walgreens on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
To go get some Christmas presents. Like it's amazing when people help you out. Like it really can save the day, in somebody's life who's hurting.
Yeah, we have
cool.
We have for the nonprofit, we have what's called a Little Heroes or Adoptive Tot. Christina runs Adoptive Tot, and we run Little Heroes program, and we have a toy drive where we do that. We supply Christmas gifts for hundreds of kids in both Michiana area and Northwest Indiana, and we don't mess around. They're tablets, they're bikes. There's we sponsor all children from Hebron through the Safi foster care program. We love our children in foster care, so we want to give them the best Christmas that we can. We do a birthday program with them where their birthdays come around. We have gifts delivered for their birthdays,
That's
like you said.
awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
we don't, because of the children and keeping them comfortable, we don't invite the public to those events.
Yeah.
But you should see it when there's 8 or 10 kids that all just got their tablets and they're like they're all working together. They're huddled in a circle. There's kids outside on bikes. There's parents that they don't even know how they're going to fit all their gifts in their car. They have to take 2 trips because of what happened. So the Little Hero program it's definitely a strong one for us. It's one of our 5 pillars. And the purpose of that is to bring the children close with the heroes. We want them to look up to our community heroes. It's great that they want to be influencers and everything else in life when they grow up, but we want them to see what we do and connect them with the first responders, with our veterans, with our healthcare workers, with our educators. We want to see them being honored so they're inspired to give back to the community when they grow older.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our Little Heroes program.
That's
I like that.
lovely.
Yeah,
I
that
love
is
it.
cool.
And you have I was reading your bio. You have a couple of children.
I have no children.
You have no children. I was reading the wrong bio then. I'm so sorry.
So-
You're
You want
married,
some?
right?
Right? I'm like, well, I didn't. Connie, you should have warned me if this is how the show is going to end.
I hope your wife's not listening. Yeah.
I'm not even going to look at my phone. She is listening, and I'm not looking at my phone. No, so I'm a man of God. And I understand that my wife and we couldn't have children,
Yep.
and that afforded me the ability to spend that time and those resources giving back to the community. Like I would love to have been a dad in my life, but it just wasn't in my plan. So now what is in my plan? It's to help others. Think of how much time you spent with your kids and the energy and the money. Well, now take all that and give it to the community. And that's my gift. That's what the path God put me on. So
Bless you.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
That's
Yeah.
That's
absolutely
well, I'm
phenomenal.
not going to sit and like feel bad for myself. There's an old saying for veterans when you serve, especially combat vets, and I don't want to go too far into that. That takes a piece of you away. Like you can't get it back. Now your choice is what to fill that gap with. You have that void. What are you going to fill it with? And we want to make sure to be those advocates where we want to reach out to the community. And if we do find people who want to give back, let's fill that void that they have and they volunteer with us, and let's do good for the community.
That's
and
a
the
good
good
one.
for
I
others.
like that. Fill
Yeah.
that
Amazing.
void.
Fill that void. Fill that void. That
You know,
our
we
veterans.
were almost in the same unit.
113th.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where I know you from.
Well,
Or
I was in Hammond, and then we merged with 113th in 2004, and then that's when I went overseas.
Yeah.
In 2005 with 113th.
Yeah, when they went over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
My time was just before that.
Oh, you were right before that?
Yes.
So I just missed you.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Yeah, I started with the 113th out of Gary. Then we went to Michigan City for a little bit. Then we landed in Valpo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we got moved around. My MOS got changed a couple times, so a lot of moving pieces in my
Mine
career.
did too.
Yeah, I loved it though. I said if I got to redo my life again, like the magic, hey, there's 2 things. I would serve this country and I would find my wife. Those are the 2 things I would do again. Everything else is whatever. Let's see what happens with it. But yeah, if I got to redo it again, those are the 2 things I would say that has to take place.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you sustained a major back injury while on duty. And
Leg injury.
Leg injury.
Leg injury.
Major. Okay. I misread that again too. Even with my spectacles on, I'm not reading these things. I think I need to blow up the font next time. My spectacles. Boy, I just aged myself with that, didn't I?
A little bit.
Do you know I also say wrap instead of jacket? Yeah, I'm an 80-year-old woman. 80-year-old
I
woman.
think you're the only one. I've heard a lot.
I didn't even know that one. Rap?
Yeah. I have to get my wrap. It might be cold this evening. I have said that before. Yeah. I'm
never
only going to
heard
be
that one.
60 next year, so.
I think
it.
it's at that point where you're just making up words. I'm not even sure. We got to Google to see if that actually
It's a real
was
word.
It's a real one.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Although most people use it in the sense, in the context of a burrito wrap.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah,
Not a
right?
coat, yeah.
We go get some raps after this. No.
Well, you channeled your injury, and your life is just it's success. It's a beacon of hope, and we have a choice. We can either be, yep. Oh, we're getting the 5-minute warning here from our wonderful producer Kemper. Thank you, Kemper. it's all victory. You're really making changes for people and saving people and really helping them tremendously.
The injury, real quick, 30
go
seconds.
ahead.
The injury is really what's part. You don't understand life and why things happen to us, but the injury happened and I had to fight through it, and I wasn't able to be sent overseas because of the injury. So I got a medical honorable discharge. I should have been overseas with you. Well, now with veterans, there's a guilt that you carry with that. You swore to protect your brothers and sisters on duty, and you told their families that they're coming home safe, and then you're not there to do what you said you were going to do. So there's an enormous amount of guilt that happens with that. You got to kind of figure out how to work through that, and that's where a lot of my giving back and I have to make up for this came from.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would be doing all this today if I didn't get injured back then.
Yeah.
Would I have preferred to serve my country overseas? Absolutely.
You're
like
still
that's
serving.
What I signed up.
You're still serving.
I'm still serving
You're
in a
just
different
not wearing
way.
the uniform.
Correct.
Right.
So that will never go away in me because of that path. So was the injury tough? Yes. But it was my path, and I'm glad it happened. Today, looking back at it from today, I'm glad it did.
Wow.
It put me here. So
if that's not,
that's cool.
That's probably the best message we
Yeah.
could give anybody right now listening who's struggling.
Yeah.
He's glad his injury happened, so it put him on he put you on the path to where you're saving lives right now, and you're still serving. And I'll tell you, and I know this from my stepfather Wayne. I'll be very brief, and then we can close and with some closing thoughts. My stepfather Wayne, God rest his soul, he passed in 2007. He was at Guadalcanal.
Oh.
And he was a young butter bar. He was a young second lieutenant commanding his unit, and he let a young private who had malaria sleep in his tent because he was sick. That tent was bombed, and that young private was killed.
Oh my God!
My stepfather had carried that guilt and never spoke about it because that generation didn't talk about things.
Not even
they
a little
took
bit.
things to their grave.
100%.
Absolutely, they sucked it up, and they were the greatest generation. And
he thought he was doing something nice.
Yes, and then and he kept all his life. He would say, "Should have been me. Should have been me." That survivor's guilt, it destroyed him.
It's tough.
So yes, so if we can come together and just reach out to each other who are feeling that with that guilt or the moral injuries, it's okay. You did nothing wrong. This is not of your doing. You're living proof that we can just change anything and make it into something positive and helpful. All that pain.
Yeah.
So you're just. I'm so glad we have you on here. We got to have you back on here. You are just amazing, Rich. And
Operation Charlie
Yes.
Bravo and Jason Zaidman helped me through this as well. Like being part of that organization, like we all signed that line saying we're willing to give up this one life we've been given for what we believe in. And our paths take us in different directions. Don't feel guilty because your path took you in a direction that maybe it didn't take someone else in. So they really help out.
Well, Jason is another example. Absolutely. And before we go real quick here, again, one thing I want to mention, Sammy Lee Davis, the Medal of Honor recipient, he is going to be at the annual Veterans Appreciation Dinner, July 19th. We'll announce this next week as well. July 19th at the Oric Shrine in Michigan City. Free for veterans. It's a dinner that starts at 4 p.m. I will be there. My post 16, will be conducting the honor guard, and I will be there as a rifleman. You don't want to miss this. Sammy Lee Davis will be speaking, and our own Pat O'Donnell will also be there as well. So again, that's free. It's the Oric Shrine, 3834 North Frontage Road, Michigan City. Reservations are required, but it's free for veterans. Go to oricshrine.org, O-R-A-K Shrine, S-H-R-I-N-E.org, or call 219-872-0485, 219-872-0485. And Heroes Helping Heroes, I'm telling you, and Heroes Realty, you got to give Rich a call, 219-670-2501, or email Rich at realtorricht@gmail.com, realtorricht@gmail.com. We have 1 minute closing thoughts, gentlemen.
So I just real quick, I just read something about Guadalcanal. It's funny you say that. And it's supposedly during World War II there was giants that were discovered on Guadalcanal. I like to pick your brain on that one day. So we'll talk about
we
that.
need
on
another hour for that.
Cliffhanger. That's going to ensure that everybody tunes in next week, right? And by the way, Family Dental Care, our COO of Family Dental Care, Chief Operating Officer Laura Pugh, and the founder, Dr. Alemis, will be on the show as guests next week. So be sure to tune in to learn about that and the Giants at Guadalcanal.
Yeah.
Rich Tokars, bless you. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for our first responder communities, our veterans, our connected communities. You are a joy, and we'll have you back on the show. And tomorrow, one big last plug.
Tomorrow, please, come by to the Heroes Barbecue, Local 150. We're celebrating our heroes. We're giving back to our heroes. We are sponsoring an EMT for her schooling, so she could be one of our heroes. We give back, so it's a celebration for all our community heroes, and it's a way to give back to them, support them. So anybody, including anybody who you know, I know it's last minute, we do have some funds available. If you know somebody who needs our support in some way, let us know. We'll make it happen.
Beautiful. And that's at the 150.
That's at the local 150 in Maryville.
In Maryville. And that what's the address of that again?
Let's pull it on the flyer.
Let's pull it up.
Because
it's off of Taft Street.
It's off Taft Street.
Yeah, just go to the big crane,
website.
and you'll see
the
it.
big crane,
just south of 30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just south of 30. Great. Thank you so much. Everybody, have a wonderful day. This is the amazing United States of America.
Let's go.
Yes, home of the free, land of the brave, home of the free, and let's go make it a wonderful day. Be kind in everything you do. Hoorah.